This is the enviable life when a man buys an ancient castle with a 50-acre garden. I don't even want to take a second look at the ruins from the waste industry. After 2.5 years of renovation by the couple, once again restoring the luxurious Baroque Lafitte castle, I plan to spend the rest of my life here with my wife Shoga. However, Shioka found that almost every part of this castle had been severely damaged. So Shioka first tore off the wallpaper that had already been coated on the wall. Addie has already started prying open the floor at the door. I was surprised to find a huge space hidden under the floor. The 120% occupancy rate of this operation can be considered as a double profit for the two of them. I plan to explore in the future and open my eyes, and plan to convert it into a wine cellar collection point. But the urgent task is to lay water pipes and wires into the floor. After all, having access to water and electricity makes it easier for work to proceed. Shioka connected his big eyes to the power supply and began removing 82-year-old dirt from the floor. For floors that are still usable, simply clean them and brush them with brand new wooden furniture. You can restore the old to its original state and make the 200-year-old antique flooring look like new again. After completing the floor, proceed to repaint the walls. Some corners have been cleared by Rat Brother and need to be filled again. The walls of Emperor Morandi are adorned with French reliefs. Symmetrical layout and some Chinese aesthetics are also included. But in order to conform to the temperament of the castle, the pure white Baroque relief also needs to be embellished with gold. Cover the relief with gold foil and clean it with a brush. It can elevate the entire level to a higher level. At this moment, Ad was knocking on the ceiling of the rooftop. Accidentally discovered a small attic again. After strolling around, I also found a bag containing something. But for safety reasons, let's put it aside temporarily. First, cover the newly purchased insulation cotton in the attic to ensure a cool winter and cool summer indoors. I have to say that my wife is truly virtuous. In the blink of an eye, Shioka is cleaning the wall again. After being heated at high temperature, the small shovel can easily handle it. Then we went to the living room and painted the ceiling with a brand new version of paint. Paired with the original random wood grain, it has a somewhat structuralist aesthetic. As an experienced designer, Shioka also painted some areas of the wooden walls white, instantly giving the wooden castle a touch of modern style. Then take the pattern designed on the computer and start drawing colors with a brush. We can use new decorative parts to make up for the regret of damage. The two of them added a chandelier for the convenience of work. Then lay the wallpaper flat between the relief and the wall pen. Fill the gaps with a glue gun. Just make the whole room look more retro. This creative approach has been highly praised. But walking into another room still looks like it was from the old days. Next, Shioka plans to use another approach. After completing the renovation of the entrance foyer a while ago, start the formal renovation work of the living room. A large number of French Baroque-style relief decorative wooden pieces fell to the ground. The fireplace also rotted and exposed the stone bricks inside. So I collected all the fragments in the room and sorted them out. Repair them according to the original traces again, and the wooden boards on the ground were also removed. Aid used a miniature electric drill to polish it into holes, and pull out the original iron nails, then hand it over to my wife to polish the surface with sandpaper, old wood that has been washed and dried. At the same time, the ground frame is already too thin and light. Just use a shovel to remove all the soil that is pressing against the rocks, and remove the wooden frame. The last layer of wooden boards has been counted and eaten up in pieces. After demolition, it will be directly connected to the cellar. But in order to save costs, new pressed wooden boards are directly laid on top. 200 years later, wooden boards are full of technology and are very popular. At this time, the truck transporting honeycomb bricks has just arrived. A recalls the physics knowledge he learned in his second year of junior high school. Borrow sloping wooden boards and send them one by one into the cellar. After laying the steel bars, apply cement. You can stack the honeycomb bricks together. Provide stable support for the ground level. Next, you can cover a layer of wooden boards one by one. The whole house finally has a complete floor plan. My wife sets up a vine climbing net for the crops on the outdoor farm. My daughter is also compacting the soil and planting new crops. Should we say that this castle lacks nothing but a son-in-law? After taking a brief break, Shioka continued to paint the walls covered in patina with new paint. Due to the Baroque-style decoration, there will be a large number of recessed areas. Caution must be taken to avoid paint accumulation that may affect aesthetics. Simultaneously, brush white and gold alternately. Elegant and plain color with a hint of wealth and prosperity. After the painting is completed, it is necessary to use a spray gun to repair the knife again. Use a very fine brush to outline and strengthen the form and some details. The entire living room appears clean and tidy after painting. The choice of wallpaper is also a combination of plain colors and exquisite flower shapes. The living room appears low-key, luxurious, and meaningful. Next, you can take out the old wooden board that was previously dried. reorder according to their original positions and sequence numbers. Its complex arrangement also gives out a lot of headaches. Of course, there are also many that are missing and irreparable, can only be customized and restored later. Before the repair, the clever aide simply laid a large carpet and chose to ignore it. After running around the market for several days, Wu Guo could only do it himself. Use new wooden boards to restore the castle floor one by one. And Xian Hui's wife is already practicing wind blade techniques. The curtains of the new home were also made by him. The atmosphere of the entire room is truly filled. Aide cut out the shape of the gate from the wooden board. Make the entire door look impressive. After completing the simple renovation of the first floor, you can go upstairs. The primary task is to dismantle the original rotating old-fashioned wooden staircase. Only then can we facilitate the continuation of the next renovation. But who knew that the walls and ceilings of the newly purchased castle had already cracked? Xiao Ga applies paint to the gaps and smooths them with his hands. Then use sandpaper to polish and easily repair it. But the traces are still very conspicuous. Just apply a new layer of paint, it's like new. And the cracked area are far more than that. After the bricks of the fireplace cracked open, they could already penetrate the little uncle. Apply adhesive to the small card and return the stone brick to its original position. Every small fragment must be pieced together according to the crack. Next, mix the paint and adhesive. Fill and polish according to its pattern. Wait for it to dry before continuing to apply. After repeated use, it can be restored to its original state. There is no trace of repair at all. Finally, prepare pigments with similar colors for coloring. I can't believe this is fixed. The paint on the fireplace, balcony, and door has peeled off. After using a shovel to scrape it off, Xiao dissolve it in solvent again. Finally polish it with an electric knife. It can rejuvenate century-old wood. Then lay the surrounding wooden flooring. While polishing the details, brush the surface with new wood paint. Extend the shelf life paint of the entire floor. Finally, hang the curtains completed by the previous sewing machine. The entire living room is now complete. Elegant and minimalist without losing the retro charm. The next step is the customization of furniture. Directly apply new paint to century-old antique furniture. White is protection and red is decoration. Finally, spray the white part with metallic paint. It fits perfectly with the Baroque style of the living room. Placed on the left side of the entrance for easy placement of small items. Hang a huge desk lamp in the living room again. Crystal chandelier with vintage candlestick. The rest of the tables, chairs, and small desk lamps are also adorned with complex decorations. This is the beauty of Baroque, but also its drawbacks. Extremely complex craftsmanship to create beauty, but it doesn't add much bonus to its practicality. This is also the reason why this decoration style is gradually demonstrated. It was replaced by Bauhaus after 1919. Minimalist squareness is its representative. It is also more accepted and favored by modern people. It is the lifelong pursuit and wish of the couple. Which style of villa would you prefer to live in?